Quick question. I flip a coin right now. Heads, you win $200. Tails, you lose $100. Do you take the bet? Most people say no. And here is the thing. Mathematically, you are wrong to say no. The expected value is positive every single time. So why does your gut scream no? That gut feeling has a name. It is called loss aversion. And it is silently costing the average American thousands of dollars every year in investments, in decisions, in opportunities they never take. By the end of this video, you will understand exactly why your brain is wired this way, what it is costing you, and how to override it. In 1979, two psychologists at Princeton, Daniel Kahneman and Amos Tversky, ran a series of experiments that would eventually win a Nobel Prize. They discovered something that no economist at the time wanted to believe. Losses feel approximately 2 to 2.5 times more painful than equivalent gains feel good. Losing $100 does not just feel bad. It feels as emotionally devastating as losing $200 or $250 would in pleasure terms. They called this loss aversion. And the moment you understand it, you will see it everywhere in your financial life. This is not stupidity. This is survival. 10,000 years ago, if you lost your food supply, you died. Gaining extra food was nice. Losing your food was lethal. So your brain learned to treat losses as emergencies and gains as bonuses. That wiring kept your ancestors alive long enough to have children, and now you have inherited it. The problem is your ancient brain cannot tell the difference between losing your food supply and losing $100 on a stock. It fires the same alarm, the same panic, the same desperate need to avoid the loss at almost any cost. Here is exactly how loss aversion shows up in your portfolio. You buy a stock, it drops 20%. Your rational brain says, the fundamentals are the same, hold or buy more. Your loss aversion brain says, sell before it gets worse. So you sell, and then it recovers. Meanwhile, when a stock is up, you sell too early to lock in the gain, because a gain you have secured feels safer than a larger gain you might lose. Researchers call this the Disposition Effect. Studies show it costs the average investor between 1% and 2% per year in returns. Over 30 years, that one bias alone is the difference between retiring comfortably and working 10 extra years. Loss aversion is not just in your brokerage account. It is in every financial decision you make. You keep a gym membership you never use because canceling feels like losing what you paid. You stay at a mediocre job because leaving feels like giving something up, even if the new opportunity is objectively better. Your bank offers 0 interest. Another bank offers $300 cash and a higher rate. You do not switch because changing feels risky. Marketers have known this for decades. Every time you see "do not miss out," limited time only, you will lose your discount. That is loss aversion being engineered against your wallet. Let me show you what loss aversion actually costs in real numbers. Say you invest $10,000 in an index fund. Market drops 25%. You panic sell. Your loss aversion just locked in a $2,500 loss. The market recovers in 14 months, as it historically always has. To get back to even from where you sold, your remaining money now needs to earn 33% just to break even. Meanwhile, the person who just held is back to $10,000 and keeps growing. Studies of investor behavior during the 2020 COVID crash show the people who panic sold lost an average of 26% more than those who did nothing. Loss aversion in a single market event cost the average emotional seller more than a year of salary. Loss aversion has a twin, and it is called the sunk cost fallacy. You bought a stock at $50. It is now $20. Every rational signal says sell. But you hold because selling makes the loss real. You are not investing in the future anymore. You are trying to avoid feeling the loss of the past. This is why people hold bad stocks for years. Stay in failing businesses, keep paying for software they do not use. The money is already gone, but loss aversion makes your brain treat an accepted loss as somehow worse than an unaccepted one. It is not. The $30 is gone either way. The only question is whether you free up the remaining $20 for something better. Here is what separates people who build wealth from those who do not. It is not intelligence. It is not income. It is how they frame losses. Warren Buffett does not check his portfolio every day. He once said, "I never attempt to make money on the stock market. I buy on the assumption they could close the market the next day and not open it for 5 years. He has trained himself to not feel the daily loss signals. Charlie Munger lost 50% of his portfolio 3 separate times over his career. He did not sell. He doubled down. The wealthy do not feel no loss. They have built systems to prevent that feeling from becoming a decision. So how do you actually fight this? 3 tactics that work. Tactic 1, reframe the loss as a tuition payment. Not I lost $500. Say, I paid $500 for a lesson in market volatility. The emotional weight changes completely. Tactic 2, automate every investment decision. Set up automatic contributions. Take your emotional brain out of the equation entirely. You cannot panic sell what you never manually bought. Tactic 3, ban daily portfolio checks. Studies show investors who check their portfolio daily make 50% more trades and earn 30% less than those who check quarterly. Set a rule. You look at your investments once a month. Maximum. Your future self will thank you. Here is the number that should make this permanent for you. If 2 investors both start with $10,000 and invest $500 per month for 20 years, and the market averages 10% annually, the calm investor ends with approximately $380,000. The loss-averse investor, who panic sells during every major downturn and sits in cash for months at a time, ends with approximately $210,000. Same income, same time horizon, same market. The only difference is one decision, not reacting to loss. Loss aversion, left unchecked over 20 years, cost the average American $170,000. That is not a feeling. That is a beach house. Your brain is not broken. It is running 10,000-year-old software in a modern financial world. The people who build real wealth are not smarter. They just learn to pause when the loss alarm fires and ask, is this signal trying to protect me? Or is it trying to rob me? Now you know the difference. If this changed how you see your own decisions, subscribe to The Money Mind. Next video. We are covering the bias that makes you think you are a better investor than you actually are, and why that. Overconfidence is even more dangerous than loss aversion. You do not want to miss that one.